Thank you so much. I want to go to the next topic
Yes.
that we're rounding is the young executive movement that we're doing on the Pan African Daily. I mean, when we launched that volunteer, we want
Yes.
correspondents all around, and
Yes.
because, like you said, how can we engage the young people in this very? And that's why we came up with a country representatives, and we started the training. So last week's training, you,
Yes.
of course, you started the
Yes.
training and you're going through
Yes.
some modules. Can you just
Yes.
explain to the audience what we did on this Saturday and Sunday, how many attended, what was the topic, what was the reaction? And we also have some videos to share with you
Yes.
from the graduates of the first course and how long we still going to go, but they're already in the fields, reporting and sharing feedback. Wonderful, 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 Patrick. Can you just
Yes.
tell us about that program?
Yes, I think this is one of the best programs as we started the year 2022, and it's one of the progress. And once we have human resource, when we spearhead this struggle, like uh, most of our ancestors did in 1900 there. So this part of the conversation, and I like it because I remember when you came with this idea of not only recruiting but requesting people to join the journey, because this journey requires our own engagement, it requires our own selfless input. So and I like it because those who came out, they are so very passionate. First of all, the journey is very tiresome, sometimes it requires a lot of courage. So those people who have come out to be part and parcel of this conversation, we really really thank you very much. And I remember that day when we had our first conversation, it was so very engaging, and they were so very passionate to learn. That's a plus for them, because our purpose here is to ensure that we reach out to very many people, even in the villages,
Mhm,
not only on social media, because we know in Africa here we have problem with internet.
mhm,
Very few people can get this direct engagement. So if we can say have individuals in the grassroots level, we can have, they can take a record of what's happening there, like what the ma is doing. It's so very positive. Instead of him moving around alone, we can have signals out, almost out there. So representative, we have young people, or those people who are very passionate about this journey, to give us their stories. Yeah, we try to engage our local people in their own language. Then we translate them so that even those people in the diaspora, or this in the US, can see indeed we have people who are supporting this movement in their small capacity. So, like on Saturday, you remember on Saturday and Sunday we started the modules,
mhm,
and one of the reasons behind having these modules is to ensure that we comply with these social media standards. You know,
mhm,
we are living in a very complicated environment, which is not quite very favorable for Africans and even those people in the diaspora, because every platform they have their own agenda. So we have the community standards and all these kind of conditions. So how can we? First of all, we need to understand how we can we share this information, because it's in form of media, and if since it's a media, we need to understand the digital part of it. How can we stop reduce the spread of this, what they term as fake news? Because not all information are fake. It depends with what the the community standards. For example, Facebook can have their own community standards. Twitter can have their own community standards. So we need to learn both of them, or all of them, so that when we disseminate this information, it becomes very, very easy for people to reach out. Yeah.
mhm,
So our first conversation, we had four modules. We started with the first two, the introduction, the introductory part, and it was so very positive. When I tried to engage uh, the students there through questions, they were so very easy to capture or to grasp this information through questions. So it means that it's so very positive. And we also learn about the etiquettes, how we to approach our audience, because different people, they have different temperaments and even the way they react. We are trying to reach out to people who are, they have their own ways of life, their through their character and everything. So how can we learn to approach, can we get information? Yeah, how can we also share this information so that we comply with the the international standards of media? So this will also help us avoid this being blocked. Sometimes we can be blocked uh, because of this restriction and everything, so, or violations. So the best thing here is to make our those those members who have been recruited to be part and parcel for our conversation. And it's so far so good. So next week, this week, is it on Saturday and Sunday, we try to finalize this conversation, that we start to spread the gospel, the Pan-African story. So far so good. So far so,
Wonderful. Wonderful. I
yes,
also learned a lot in that training. I learned a lot,
yes,
Patrick. I mean,
yes,
when we took, the topic was journalism, digital
yes,
journalism on the on the social space, and it was very
yes,
interesting.
yes,
Patrick taught us how to dictate fake news. How do you share content? If you see a
yes,
picture that is circulating, where are the sources that you can verify before the student can post? And
yes,
how do they do verification? How do they create their social media platforms? What's the difference between an account and a page? How do you drive traffic? It was so interesting. Each training took us about 3 hours to 4 hours, but everybody, at the end of the day, all the students were still awake, and we shared very positive feedback. This is so
yes,
beautiful. Now we're
yes,
sharing this because all these volunteers, they need our support. They need our support. When we finish the modules, they will be going into the fields to report stories that would bring to us. And even in their different countries, what is it, the information and the education that will go right up to their villages? So they need cameras, they need gadgets, they need phones, and we need your support. Our
yes,
fundraising team is currently being put in place, and it's also the executive team of the Pan African Daily. I see Cheryl in the chat. I see Kofi Zuma, Johnny Boy. All of them are part Synovia. They are part of the fundraising team of the Pan African Daily TV. And so when they will be coming up to give you the objectives, don't ask question, oh, what are you doing with this? But we need a lot of funds. We have 32 representatives, and more are still coming. And so they need equipments. They're doing it selflessly, but we need to also make sure that they get the materials and the equipments that they could work. Remember, we are building the media that connects us, or the stories that connect us, and we need people to work. In the past, we had all our ancestors that died really trying to work. Look at the work that Marcus Garvey could do alone.
yes, yes,
Imagine if he had that kind of support of young people. Today, our stories would have been different. Look at the Nkwames, look at the others. So now we are not just focusing on ourselves, we are putting an army out there that would carry this legacy forward. So Patrick and his generation are the ones that we give them the platform. They train their own, the youth. We call them the young executives. We are the senior executives on the board, and we have the elders as well. So it's an intergenerational work that we're doing on the Pan African Daily. We don't just only report. You see, some of us, we come here, our eyes are swollen. We are so tired because we work round the clock. If we are not teaching, we are here moderating, we are curating guests, we are posting on all these platforms that we have. Pan African Daily has multiple platforms, even the website of the news page, the TV page, all sort of things that we're doing.
yes,
So we are calling already a preparation of your mind that you have to get ready when the fundraising team would come on board. Number two, we're also going to be doing a road show. I just confirmed with Dr. King Maponga, and we'll be doing
yes,
a road show in the diaspora and on the continent. So
yes,
we're taking the crusade out of the office to the people. And we need your enormous support. Those that want to follow us on this journey, make sure you apply. Those that say, okay, I can't be there in place, but I can also contribute, to support. What does that mean? You have to invite us to your community, to your countries where you are. We plan the organizations with you, and we empower the young people there. We are not coming to tell these stories. Exactly, the country representatives will be the one that will be on the platforms telling us what they know about Pan-Africanism, what is happening in their communities. So COVID is no more an excuse where we sit here and do only digital. COVID is opening now. We have gathered ourselves. We have to take the gospel of Pan-Africanism, call it gospel or whatever, the church, the ministry, whatever, out to the people that matters. We have to go from country to country, village to village in the diaspora on the continent. I'm really happy King Maponga is coming on board. A lot of them are also coming on board to say, yes, it's time for us to go. We see missionaries when they came to Africa. What were they doing? What were they doing? How do we find all these other systems on our continent? They worked day and night. They put it as a form of a gospel, and they went from village to village, community to community. So our own engagement is the love for one another. What is it difficult for us to go out now and preach that gospel or that message? So we need your support. We need a lot of funding to be able to carry out this engagement. So
Yes.
I'll give it back for Patrick to conclude, and later on we're going to share some of the videos and the feedbacks. Um,
Yes.
I mean that the students that attended actually went out to the fields,
Yes.
throw out some videos out there. Just in the first two modules, what happened? You could already see. A lot of them are divided. Patrina was already here, the
Mm.
coordinator of the young executives, and he already explained a lot. We already did some testing. You saw young people that came up live and just could speak in their language and also in English. Those were all testings. Throw them and let them fish and let them swim for themselves. And you saw how they performed so well. We cannot give up on our young people. We cannot think, oh, we need to be at this stage before we move. We must do things differently. If we say we are handing over to the young generation, we have to be serious and we have to do it with discipline, hard work. It's not just talk, 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 but going down to the field. If you are not on the field, you are contributing. We need a lot of funding. You know it. There are people that have proposed that are non-Africans that want to support, and we say no. It is time for us to build our continent, and we know we are able. We know that we have the resources. We know that we have the manpower. We know that we have the brains and the talent. What is stopping us? What is stopping us? We have to go day and night from one place to the other, educate our people, feel their presence, be there with them, understand ourselves, even know ourselves again. How long have we been disenfranchised or disunited? We talk about the continent. This is going to be an opportunity for you in the diaspora. Join us on this crusade. We're not just saying we have to invest only. We are the ones that are investing for the humanity and the development of Africa. We are not the ones that are buying plots and buying land and buying houses. We don't have anything. Our mission on earth is to carry the 12-12 Ubuntu solidarity from every part of the world, whether we'll die on the road, whether we'll make it in this generation or not. But some people have to start it. We have 54 countries on the continent. We have the diaspora continent. We have to be there. We have to go out with the message, like the Bible message of the 12 disciples going and preaching the gospel. What gospel was that? Now we have to preach the gospel of Ubuntu, love and unity for our people. It is work. It is not just talk. Our media is practical, and we need you never than before. We're going to carry the work out into the public. Patrick is busy not only doing the trainings, he's also busy, you have seen in the past days, trying to reduce these lump sum videos that we produce here every night, more than 1,000 of them. We're getting into reproduction fast, where he cuts these videos into seconds and focusing on topics so that you could easily share. Pick these videos and throw it, whether it's on YouTube or on other YouTube platforms, TikTok, Instagram, LinkedIn, Instagram, everywhere. That is the purpose of these short conversations and focusing on particular captions that you have to understand. You can watch it. We see the influx of you watching it, but the purpose of this reproduction is for you to distribute the message as far as you can. Okay, and we are trying to avoid this publicity on YouTube where you can watch a video, particularly you in the US, without having to go through, these stops and breaks and stuff. So when we reproduce, we chop up these spaces, and so you can redistribute them. We need your support. We need the African spirit of one love for one another, unity and development. Nothing more, nothing more. And be sure why we're giving you this statistics is to prove to you that we are not here because when you support us, we take it and maybe do something with it. No, you have to support us to work. We are here to do the work. Some people have to finance and some people do the work. There's no continent and no civilization that has been built without people investing. We're looking forward to investors, you that are watching us, rich Africans in the diaspora and even on the continent. No African is poor. Make sure you donate when our fundraising will start. We need at least $1 million to go around to support our young people. There are many of them coming on board, more than 200, 300, 1,000 of them. We need to just support them. We should stop being that African that we're only calling love for one another with our mouth. We need to put something on the table where we say, yes, our generation has done it. Okay. So I thank you so very much. Thank you so very much. But it was important for us to share this information out there. I don't know whether Tumi Tata is ready to play those videos of the feedback of the conference. While we're waiting on him, Patrick, how do you see your work? You're proud of yourself, isn't it?
Yes. So far,
okay.
it was.
Let's
conversation.
Just hold on and let Tumi play the videos, and then we'll end it because he's also busy with other things. So let's just get a feedback of what, field participants, the ones that we give them the responsibility to do the testing in the fields, to report, because they're going to be our correspondents in this space. Watch it.
Hello everyone. I want to use this opportunity to thank Dr. Susan Tata and Mr. Patrick for all the lectures they have been giving. It was mind-blowing and awakening. I want to use this opportunity to thank all of them, and then all the country representatives and the journalists. My name is Robert Kwame Beke, country representative from Ghana, reporting for Pan-African Daily TV.
Sending you peace and love from Namibia. I am Petrina Shindi. I tell you what, brothers and sisters, Africa is re-emerging. We are taking ownership, and it's a very interesting journey for some of us. We're stepping forward every minute. Our ancestors said, when the student is ready, the teacher appears. Patrick, thank you very much for appearing. The lessons that you are giving us on journalism here at Pan-African Daily TV are indeed tools that we need in the creation of the Africa we want. Super excited, and I can't wait for next week already. Thank you very much once again, Patrick. Until then.
Digital communication is now the world's biggest platform for the transmission of news to the wider audience. Pan-African Daily TV on the 26th and the 27th, they commenced their training on digital communication. Those in attendance were the country representative, journalists, and interns. This is the pathway that we're ready to take towards the building the Africa that we want. Eugene Duarte, reporting from Pan-African Daily TV.
Hello everyone, this is Shaw here. Thank you so much, Patrick, for coming in today to train us on the journalism stuff for Pan-African TV. Me in person, I really enjoyed it, and I can't wait to see you next week. That was really, really useful, and given the fact that you really took your time and you were on point on all the questions and everything that you threw at us. Thank you so much, I appreciate that. Thank you, and hope to see you next week. Thank you.
Wow. When you look at your work, I mean, there were a lot, but the few that went out to say, we are going to the field, just 2 lessons. They could stand in front of the camera, express themselves, and give a feedback. How do you feel, my brother?
I feel so very humbled, and it is very, very exciting, very motivating. It gives me a lot of spirit to continue with this journey. And honestly, I congratulate them for their support, for their quest to know. And honestly, thank you very much for that very encouraging statements. I'm so very happy. Thank you.
I see you're very emotional. I'm also emotional, Patrick. I feel
Yes,
like
yes,
just like, it's to see this dream happen. It's a
yes.
miracle for us. It's a miracle. Dear people, we are also thanking you because all your support. And I want to use this minute to wish some of our March celebrants happy birthday. We've been passing on each other, but because we're really at the last day, which is tomorrow of March, we want to wish particular our board members and all the March celebrants that actually came through this year. Blessings and blessings to all of you. Kofi Azuma, you celebrated your birthday in true colors. We do love you on the Pan African Daily. You've been a very passionate and engaged Pan African in every aspect. You are also one of my advisors. At every time you bother me, you wake me up at any time with messages, you give feedback of the community, and now you are also on our executive board to support the work. I really want to thank you so much, and we wish you a happy birthday out there. We also have Tracy in the UK. Tracy is also on our senior executive board. All of you know Tracy, even from the PLO Lumumba Foundation. She's a very energetic young woman, who is actually dipping her feet and hands in the work that we're doing. And of course, Tracy was on board with us and just celebrated also her birthday this month. Thank you, thank you, thank you. We wish you a lot of blessings and your support for you and your family. We do also have, as you know, Mr. Tata, the young Tata Iya, turned 18 into an adult, and he has given me the freedom from motherhood, and so we can get engaged. And you see, that's the reason why I have to start going on this crusade of bringing our love to our people, because the youngest boy just became an adult, and so gives me the permission actually to to continue the journey. So yes, thank you so very much. And all our March celebrants out there, whether we call your name or not, we want to thank you so much. We've been sharing cards, and do remember that our birthday cards from Pan African Daily is really a free gift that we give to our celebrants. If you are celebrating, it's not because we say we have to celebrate only one day. I mean, we pray for you, we engage you in the conversation and stuff like that. So make sure if you're celebrating, even if you celebrate before, our celebrations are always in the season. You remember even Tumi Tata, who turned 22, we celebrated him. He's still in this 22 anniversary, or in this year of 22. So please send us your cards, your dates, your pictures. We like to celebrate you. We like to connect with you. That's also a tool where we unite one another through our birthday and greetings and celebration, and even obituary card. If you lost someone and you really think, oh, there's a way we can do it, digitalization has given us all that resources. And on Pan African Daily, our designers that really work for us free of charge. One of them is our Indian brother, a black Indian brother in Bangladesh. He's the one that is doing all the designs that we see for our birthday, for everything. Free will, of course, supported by Afrocanza and all the others. So a lot of resources are coming on board. You can be a designer, you can be a videographer, you can be anything on this journey. We need your skills to push up the Pan African Daily. So I want to thank you so very much, and Patrick. And I'm also
Yes.
thanking Marsha Lawrence. Marsha Lawrence is also one of the elders from Dominica. We know him a couple of times here. Marshall is been on this journey from day one. He's also putting out a team of contributive in the diaspora. So if you're anywhere in the Caribbean and you want to engage, or even on the continent, Marshall Lawrence is doing that. He's very passionate about his work. He also is engaging in the conversation and does a lot. Please, what is it that we cannot do, people? What is it that when we come together, we can do? Everyone has something to offer. Even you just being on the chat and commenting is one of the best things, or sharing these conversations, distributing them. Do posters of it in your locality and paste it. Don't wait only on me. just do your slogan, do it. You ask our logo, we put it there, you hang it up in your community halls or churches or everywhere. Carry the message of the Pan-African and the Ubuntu. It is free. Let us not be selfish with this message. Let us share it. So thank you so very much, my people. Patrick, over to you to
Yes.
conclude. What are you going to be training your students on the next coming days, Saturday and Sunday?
Yeah, Saturday and Sunday will be module 3 and 4, and I will be talking more about how we can try to reduce uh, the spread of fake news on social media, so that we avoid our platform being disabled, or being, that train ability to comply. And also we'll be learning more about how we can manage ourselves, because we are human. How can we learn to overcome this stress? If we focus more on the internet, there's that form of depression, the attacks on social media. How can we try to accommodate them? How can we learn to avoid this kind of criticism and all that? Because social media is something that's is another, imaginary city, an imaginary uh, some form of a real life situation, but appearing on social media. So how can we avoid this kind of attacks that might even cause depression and everything? So next this weekend we are going to learn more, and also it will be so very exciting, and I'm very sure our volunteers will get and will enjoy it to the fullest. Thank you.